your boy, Roger Moore. Belief Show.
Affinity Xtra. Be Xtra.
This is your boy, Roger Moore. Belief Show.
Affinity Xtra. Be Xtra.
Yo. Yeah, this is your boy Roger Moore and Infinity X. Sorry about the slight delay. I went to it and I'm still got deja vu on my stream in software from a great live that we had over the weekend, last week Friday. So I apologize for that, man. Yeah. Settings were like all over the place a bit still, actually. Ain't gonna lie, man. I have to come in there and just do a thing still. You know what I mean? But it's Roger Infinity X, celebrating gospel music, black origin. I'm in my birthday month when the sun shines, when it's not shining. And this is how we do it anyway. So yeah, but guys, listen. Let's play a couple of tunes out there. Here's a track featuring my boy Saga.
My Lord.
And it's called Human from ATTAM.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Deep down, knew I was a poet. Before I was knitted in the womb, you bestowed it. Lyrics in my heart long before I wrote it. But it still amazed me when someone coming up to quote it. Owe it to you to do more than just hold it. Conviction was there, but my passion had eroded. Your promises coded in love and duly noted. But in the natural, didn't feel like I was being promoted. Wow, that's real. I feel emboldened, but it's never golden when you're around wolves in sheep's clothing. The world woven out of two kinds of people hoping. Those whose hearts are darkened and those who God has chosen. So I'm just praying that they know him, or that my music drove them the truth if they frozen. Got a text way back saying next beat in the oven. Misread it, tried to start acting like the next Beethoven.
I've been feeling hurt so long, but I know in you I am made strong. There's so much that's going on. Sometimes I cry out to God like I'm lost without you. At the end of the day, I can't let you go. In the midst of this confusion, I'm just human.
But above all else, man, our heart's deceitful. Just a dark sequel called Sin's Curse, where the sum of the parts is equal to lethal marks and needles being left from injections that spark evil. How to explain a man parked outside a Regal, or staring at the arch and steeple of a random church? Put the parts of an eagle together and march in to leave a bunch of hollow darts in the hearts of people. Same nature distributed to all of us, so I can't act like I ain't contribute to the fall of us. As I lie back, just trying to rectify that and restore the lost innocence I can't buy back. Until the day that I'm pushing up the lilacs, I let the tears remain the rain on a window pane of my soul. This life cold, but a kindled flame stands as the eternal symbol of a single name.
I've been feeling hurt so long, but I know in you I am made strong. There's so much that's going on. Sometimes I cry out to God like I'm lost without you. At the end of the day, I can't let you go. In the midst of this confusion, I'm just human. I can't let you go. In the midst of this confusion, I'm just human.
We're just human, you know what I'm saying? For real, man.
Say I'm problematic, I cannot be stopped. It's an automatic slide for the option. Haters sit and pray to God I don't pop, yeah. Picture perfect cinematic for the shot, yeah. Say I'm problematic, I cannot be stopped, yeah. It's an automatic slide for the option. Haters sit and pray to God I don't pop, yeah. Picture perfect cinematic. Tell me what it is that you need though. It's hard to read, folks. Everybody won't smoke. I let the weed go. Why would I post deep quotes? Just to mislead folk. Yeah, I plead the blood, but I still bleed though. Gave up the gang for you. I only bang for you. Doggy say I changed. Can't really hang. Smiling faces when I come around. I see the fangs, but what goes around comes around. It boomerangs, yeah. So many things have been suppressing me. So selfless that I've been neglecting me. They subtweeting, ain't addressing me. Envy and greed over the recipe. Years of trauma from them rejecting me. 30-something, but I feel 17. The enemy won't get the best of me. But this might be a form of therapy. Say I'm problematic, I cannot be stopped, yeah. It's an automatic slide for the option. Haters sit and pray to God I don't pop, yeah. Picture perfect cinematic for the shot, yeah. Say I'm problematic, I cannot be stopped, yeah. It's an automatic slide for the option. Haters sit and pray to God I don't pop, yeah. Picture perfect cinematic for the shot. Product of the east side, they don't come to sightsee. They as if I'm suicidal, I say yeah I might be. I want suicide, scissor doors on a ride. How they go a butterfly but you an empty shell inside. I'm unstable in my ways. I can't lie like I ain't self-absorbed in vain. I guess I feel somewhat inadequate in ways. But where I'm lacking, Jesus cover me with grace. Yeah, I'm always there when it gets ugly. But now I need someone to comfort me. The enemy been trying to come for me. You gotta understand what comes with me. Ooh, I need somebody by my side. Something just ain't been feeling right. But that's the reason why you died. So that I can speak life, yeah. This a bop, yeah. Say I'm problematic, I cannot be stopped, yeah. It's an automatic slide for the option. Haters sit and pray to God I don't pop, yeah. Picture perfect cinematic for the shot, yeah. Say I'm problematic, I cannot be stopped, yeah. It's an automatic slide for the option. Haters sit and pray to God I don't pop, yeah. Picture perfect cinematic for the shot.
Preaching out in the trenches where they got switches with extendos. Told you I'm still a Christian.
Yeah, that was the sounds of Problematic with Laurel, and this is the Nintendo Switch with Jay Martin.
I'ma go where the potter go. Not for sale, I ain't chasing no potter go. Step to me, you gon' fall like a domino. Step to God, you gon' fall like Geronimo. I know I'm not on top, but I'm right around this like a collarbone. One day they gon' say how Monty blow. How that boy rockin' show. I made a smash, bro. Then I blew up all like a Mario. Jesus carried that cross on the cobblestone. Took the dead off my soul, now I'm not alone. They not paying that price, I put them on ice. Young Monty, I'm skating again. I done heard a whole lot of people in light, but I'm making amends. They some boys, but I'm making them in. Killing rappers, I'm making them in. I heard the devil won't smoke, it's murder she wrote, cause I got elite aim. My bullets singing in auto-tune, they go straight through his shirt, call it T-Pain. You kicked me down when I was low, couldn't even a scope, but I know a holy name, so I'm taking that hard road. He thought he was Superman, he took the lowest lane. I'm spitting like a hit and overcame. My father went and broke the chain, across with what my boats became. Don't play with me, I broke the game. I'm popping like some shoulder pain. I run the play like Notre Dame, and when your life is over here, Jesus don't know your name, he'll crop you out of that photo frame. All these rappers been biting my flow, they just choo-choo and chew like a little locomotive train. They been trying to find out where the motion came, told them look to the sky where Jehovah rain. I know rappers is needy, I never been greedy, that's why I left a plate. Yo, people can't eat off your album if we talking projects, you know my section. Ay, Christian rapper, you supposed to be fishing, but your hook got a whole lot of reprobate. Bang! Preaching out in the trenches where they got switches with extendos. Told you I'm still a Christian, they making more switches than Nintendo. I know I might take a L, but when I see through you squares, that's a window. I'ma go where the potter go. Not for sale, I ain't chasing no potter go. Step to me, you gon' fall like a domino. Step to God, you gon' fall like Geronimo. I know I'm not on top, but I'm right around this like a collarbone. One day they gon' say how Monty blow. How that boy rockin' show. I made a smash, bro. Then I blew up all like a Mario.
Yeah, that's the sounds of my boy out there, still J Monty, love him, enough respect. Big up to my boy, he's not with us right now, James, who highlighted this artist back in the day still. I'm gonna do a bit of a back-to-back with Jay Monty. So another tune that his guys called Abba. Yeah, man, this is Roger and Infinity takes the basic on music like I want to get my social out to cut running like
crop. If he don't stop, I go up and home. It's like a bomb when I drop. Jesus was walking with 12, but they wasn't the cops. Clayco, we came up on Flocko. Baby, I stay around my dog, but she know I'm a caller. It's me, Katara, and soccer. When I'm with Abba, I'm flying by sin like I'm Apple. Young rapper say he a baller. Must think he Andre Iguodala. He signed for some strip and some steak. He must think an entree equal dollars. Follow the author, it's easy to step on your flow, cause he taught me to walk on the water. They think I'm a pop collar, college scholar, alma mater, young Monty B with Abba father. I came in the room, breaking the rules, making the move. The flow is an ocean, a lake, a lagoon. I was in the waiting room, now they playing my tune. Praying to whom, made it out the grave and tomb. Same mission, ain't switching, plain vision, you can't miss them. I came with the same description, you play games, I'ma break the system. I take aim, that's a bane of your brain hurt, they type in my name. But I can't get into dimensions, I pray in the spirit to enter dimensions. Interdimensional when I enter mentals through instrumentals. I'm flipping the riddle, I sit with the pencil, I scribble and scrabble, I dabble a little, I dibble a lot of a pencil, a pencil, got rid of the bottle, I'm switching the throttle. From the south where they listening to Lotto, young Monty, young, giving them the motto. I came to eliminate, not to administrate. Run it back what I'm finna say. Any demonic rapper can get on my dinner plate. They could never intimidate. If you talk down on Jesus and you make disintegrate, that's how you disintegrate. Time to renovate. Whipping cables, flipping tables. Forget your label, I sit with the angels. Since the cradle, I've been switching angles. Get in the way, I will send your ankles. Scripture change you when it penetrate you. This ain't grade school, but they'll penetrate you. In the A, Yahweh is who you pray to. In the A, they play you, then betray you. If you drive a Audi, they'll race you. If they want you Audi, they'll race you. No, I ain't changing position. I play like an 89 pistol. Oh no, I ain't past the mic, but if you pass the mic, then I'm spitting. He came from Nazareth, the Calvary catalyst. You can't find a block on Lake and MIT shot with them savages. Scavenging, now we apostolic applicants. I just got off the clock. Devil out here stealing crops. If he don't stop, I go Oppenheimer on the up. It's like a bomb when I drop. Jesus was walking with 12, but he wasn't no cop. Clayco, we came up on Flocko. Baby, I stay around my dog, but she know I'm a caller. It's me, Katara, and soccer. When I'm with Abba, I'm flying by sin like I'm Apple. Young rapper say he a baller. Must think he Andre Iguodala. He signed for some food on his plate. He must think an entree equal dollars. Follow the author, it's easy to step on your flow when he taught me to walk on the water. They think I'm a pop collar, college scholar, alma mater, young Monty B with Abba father.
Jeez. Yo, you know what that is? Maybe like a drop a little track there, still in between right now, still, yeah? From Cyrus for the Hills. Cyrus Sonata.
Yeah, give me the strength to go another round and ring. It's poetry in motion, but I think I make them sing. They telling me to act right, but I'd rather switch the scene. Not spineless, I got vertebrae that wrap around my spleen. There's dust all on this canvas, so I'm really coming clean. My strength was G.O.D., was on the brink of losing freedom. Instead of saying I would join them, I decided beat them. Might as well head for the hills. I fight on my back against the wall. They got my name on the bill. Knock you out of the spirit, get involved. When you got a handful of steel, and you know that the champion here. Just know that the canvas is real. Paint a picture that plenty would fill. Been sparring for so long, my knuckles barely feel the sting. Was beat down, broken, battered, but ain't really feel a thing. We got MJ, Ali, Presley, but we know who really king. Picture me being shook when even doctors gotta bleed. Just like us, breathe the same air as me. Same image, get a grip, not slick like oil sheen. Don't trip, this so you're free. If we could find a purpose and profit, you royalty. Might as well head for the hills. I fight on my back against the wall. They got my name on the bill. Knock you out of the spirit, get involved. When you got a handful of steel, and you know that the champion here. Just know that the canvas is real. Paint a picture that plenty would fill.
Long time, brother. Stefan Otto. Did you bring that jacket? Good, yes, you were. Because, you know, that's how Otto runs. keeps it up with Yeshua, you know it goes.
3, 4. Ooh, tell him I cruise, kinda haikus, wrecking my boots, yelling Christ rules, repping my dude, screaming out Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. Ooh, question my moves, never about views or living my truth. It's heaven I choose, forever my mood, screaming out Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. I was dead in sin, now alive in Him. I was lost and He took the cross and He paid the cost for many. Let's go. Ooh, tell him I cruise, kinda haikus, wrecking my boots, yelling Christ rules, repping my dude, screaming out Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. I'm just a host spiller, flow killer, riding on them like a four-wheeler. We're both will up, you know when a nose set up, the bros get up. We live them like a toe pick up. We so fed up, ridiculous, the wickedness. We sick of this, the listeners are prisoners. I'm missing this, is giving this indifference. They dissing us, insidious, they hits at us. Venomous and villainous, knowing that it's him and us. Him and us. Just for the record, He resurrected. I'm penning this record to really just rap it. These rappers impressed with a necklace and Lexus. Changes and whips like some slaves with a death wish. Blowing they candles, knowing they gamble. Souls for a Lambo, show ain't the plan, bro. Look at the lamb, though, hope in his hands. Yo, open they hang for sin, he was mangled. Ooh, tell him I cruise, kinda haikus, wrecking my boots, yelling Christ rules, repping my dude, screaming out Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. Ooh, question my moves, never about views or living my truth. It's heaven I choose, forever my mood, screaming out Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. I was dead in sin, now alive in Him. I was lost and He took the cross and He paid the cost for many. Let's go. Ooh, tell him I cruise, kinda haikus, wrecking my boots, yelling Christ rules, repping my dude, screaming out Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. More than a threat out the gate, don't question my faith. Jesus is Lord, now a menace they hate. See the devils and race, cause the message ain't safe. Lovers of God and we repping the way. Stepped in the game, tethered the flames with the fire from heaven embedded in my veins. Treading the snake and He catching His fade. Spreading the name, bringing death to the grave. Narrow is the path, but they living for the broad way. Only God can judge you, boy, you better fear that court date. Tell him man, heaven is the better end. Repentance how you getting in, peddling this medicine, I recommend you let him in. Tell a friend, tell again, make him Lord, I'm petting man. Backing in. Glory to the Lamb, I give it. Glory to the Lamb, I spit it. Glory to His plan, I'm with it. Holy is the Lamb, now singing. Glory to the Lamb, I give it. Glory to the Lamb, I spit it. Glory to His plan, I'm with it. Holy is the Lamb, now singing. Ooh, tell him I cruise, kinda haikus, wrecking my boots, yelling Christ rules, repping my dude, screaming out Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. Ooh, question my moves, never about views or living my truth. It's heaven I choose, forever my mood, screaming out Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. I was dead in sin, now alive in Him. I was lost and He took the cross and He paid the cost for many. Let's go. Ooh, tell him I cruise, kinda haikus, wrecking my boots, yelling Christ rules, repping my dude, screaming out Yeshua, 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 Yeshua.
Yeah, guys, that's the sound of Stefanato, and I'll flip onto a bit of my boy. No big deal, man. Nothing but love, man.
They asking about me and Jesus. Me and Jesus. Me and Jesus like the coach and quarterback. He caught a play, I caught a huddle. Clothed in righteousness, you see the drip, so watch the puddle. Holy Spirit in me told me watch out for the trouble. Keep my baby girl so happy she don't have to make a bumble. They say they're proud before the fall, so I'ma try to keep it humble. You can't hide behind a lie and then just call it all a struggle. If you gon' say it in a tweet, it ain't no point in staying subtle. The Savior paid it so we free, it ain't no point in paying double. And my homies tryna leave a mark, so we reading Mark. 100,000 on the web, I feel like Peter Park. Look, I own a car, I still need a key to start. Blessing coming 2 by 2, I think I need an art. Look, Dilly, don't you even start. Way he rockin' roll the stone away, I need a lead guitar. Way I pulled up to the show today, you think you seen a star. Baby looking like a tall, fine glass of Pinot Noir. Baby looking at me like I'm about to preach a sermon. Well, I might, I don't really know for certain. One thing about the Lord is He gon' leave a demon hurt. Told him get into that water, guarantee he wasn't certain. Sometimes I feel my angels hopping out and then they circle back. Jesus bringing me this far to leave.
I think we're trying to stop me to do the show today anyway, so you must know what I'm going to talk about. Distract me from talking about things that I don't want to still.
It's like the coach and quarterback, he caught a play, I caught a huddle. Clothed in righteousness, you see the drip, so watch the puddle. Holy Spirit in me told me watch out for the trouble. Keep my baby girl so happy she don't have to make a bumble. They say they're proud before the fall, so I'ma try to keep it humble. You can't hide behind a lie and then just call it all a struggle. If you gon' say it in a tweet, it ain't no point in staying subtle. The Savior paid it so we free, it ain't no point in paying double.
Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Jeez. But But you know what, guys? I'm gonna come with some fresh stuff. I've spent my time going through fresh stuff today. You know me. I'm gonna flip it up with a couple of stuff. But I'm gonna go some retro, right? Some old from guys from back in the day. But I'm gonna play some fresh tunes out there still, which you know what I mean. Keep it fresh. I'm gonna play from the misses, you know, from the middle of the misses, but for the ladies, them, you know what I'm saying. Rest of my life. By child like CC, you never leave me. You don't know for cheesy. Lemon squeezy.
People come and go, I barely ever got a reason. That people pleasing season almost tore my heart to pieces. Would turn up with the same folks bringing me down. When it all fell down, I looked around when no one around. But you just had to change the narrative. All these miracles still got me wondering how. I should've died in that crash. I ain't have a last check, still trying to figure out how. Think about the things that you did and you didn't allow. I should've died in that kickback when they spin back, but you ain't sit back. You got me out. Come on, been way too good to not talk about it. Way too good to just talk around it. Way too good to not lift your name. Been way too good to wait until tomorrow. Way too good to act like time ain't borrowed. Way too good to feel guilt and shame. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you always. Don't it feel so sweet? When I fell down, you stayed up. You ain't switch up, you ain't change up. You loyal. I'ma stay for the rest of my life, yeah. I would stay the same. You ain't never gonna change. You loyal. I'ma stay for the rest of my life, yeah. They thought it was over. Got tapped me on my shoulder, said I'm just getting started. I hit so many lows that my heart turned cold. I gave it to God, he unthought it. Your grace sufficient, I ain't earn it. You just give it reminiscent. When I went missing, you ain't diss me when I came back for forgiveness. I was tripping, but now I see you had a plan from the beginning. Now my heart's full of Thanksgiving. I'm like, can I get a witness? He's been way too good for just ordinary love. Way too good for my heart to be distracted. I was tripping, now I see you had a plan from the beginning. Now I wanna spend the rest of my life. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you always. Don't it feel so sweet? When I fell down, you stayed up. You ain't switch up, you ain't change up. You loyal. I'ma stay for the rest of my life, yeah. I would stay the same. You ain't never gonna change. You loyal. I'ma stay for the rest of my life, yeah. You loyal.
Yeah, man. Some fresh out there still, yeah. Another fresh track out there. It's back-to-back freshness. Back-to-back freshness anyway, still, yeah. This one's called Goon vs. God.
We gon' slide this.
You know my boy out there, Mike Teasy.
Playing tricks.
That would for need to extra keeping it fresh, you know what I mean?
He don't want this proud. Okay, you're a goon. What's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing. He ain't nothing. What's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing. He ain't nothing. What's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing. He ain't nothing. What's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing. He ain't nothing. Tell me what's a goon to my guy, man? Look, saying just like Tupac, ain't no biggie. So my God, he way too smart, he just like me. He a monster. Whoa, devil said in chapter trying to trick me. But when I walk through the valley, I know God with me. Down to the wire, but I still prevail. No matter the test, my God never fails. When I get hungry, I eat on the rainbow, cause I know the word that God never gon' stay. Soon as his hands and his feet to the nails, I was saved by the blood, I ain't saved by the veils. When I get weak and I start to look frail, wait, I take a sip from the ground. Drink it up, say you think he's slick, we gon' slide in. Always playing tricks on my noggin. Try to tell him he don't want this proud. Okay, you're a goon, what's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing, he ain't nothing. What's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing, he ain't nothing. What's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing, he ain't nothing. What's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing, he ain't nothing. Tell me what's a goon to my guy, man? Look, you don't want this smoke, my God is sour. Got no power. Like some yellow tape around me, move with caution. Satan made me sick, I'm getting nauseous. I don't got no time for all this nonsense. Thinking he could beat my guy, must bump his head, must have lost his mind. Loaded with the word like I'm floating that night. Try to take me out, but I'm doing just fine. How you really feel? Yeah, I'm doing just fine. Weapons never gonna work, so you shouldn't even try. Tell me what's it going when it come to my guy? Nothing. Say you think he's slick, we gon' slide then. Slide. Always playing tricks on my noggin. Try to tell him he don't want this problem. Okay, you're a goon, what's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing, nothing, he ain't nothing, nothing. What's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing, nothing, he ain't nothing, nothing. What's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing, nothing, he ain't nothing. What's a goon to my guy, man? Nothing, he ain't nothing. Tell me what's a goon to my guy, man?
Yeah. You know when people max out this chord progression all day long. Watch his motivation. Chris Cairo on the beat as production.
But my God, he been the same. Ever since I rose up from the water's never been the same. Like a trail was blazing, same time I'm been walking out. Had to change my team, cause I wasn't on a winning route. You're what I'm about, you're my motivation. You're the reason why I serve. You're the reason why I love my wife and kids, I love my church. You're the reason why you took me from the dirt and gave me worth. You're the reason why I know I got a purpose on this earth. Oh yeah, reminders on a daily, seek you meditating. Time to multiply, no more contemplating. This the end times, help me navigation. Look to you like I'm stargazing. Oh, ain't no tripping, I'll be in the waiting room. You're my motivation, know you're coming soon. This that, I'ma try to God, reveal the glory to all the nations. This that, you're my motivation, yeah. You're my motivation, yeah. You're my motivation, yeah. You're my motivation. Seek you just like a pearl. And there is nothing that I own that if I lost there would be less, like fathers leaving homes. What's a reason to grave? The enemy touched Joe's family, lost it in the day and still he gave you praise. I invested my pain. Every single tear I cried, oh my Lord, God in heaven, it wasn't in vain. Still I'm blessing your name. To the day that I die, you're my sole motivation, this isn't a game. Speak for myself, but this ain't a show. Hope that I'm pleasing you, good results. If you say stop, you already know. I do it all over like merry-go. Who gonna stop me, you're on my side. Feel like the Spurs in 2005. You're the GM, you're the true Messiah. You're the Christ, you're the bread of life. I was dead, just like a skeleton brought back to life. I was ashamed cause I pride couldn't hide. I was so lame but you told me to rise. How could I not be your service, I Lord, you're mine. How could I for motivation for all the time.
Yeah. A2000,
yeah, good big DJ Nods, this is for you. So you know, man, we're in a war, we're in a battle, man. Caleb Gordon, let's go, yo.
City, it's a war outside. You spread lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. In the same world, we don't fight the same way. I don't need the Glock, nah, I don't need the K. But I got a weapon that'll make it so.
Oh, them vibes, right?
Oh, the Lord make him do the whole day.
Make a keyboard
she
there.
mad that we went the right way. When they got the logo, so hit the whole place. Tried to move the goalposts, we kicking out hate, kicking out pride, we kicking out the pain like Messi. He can't check me. Lucy tried to be friendly, we not besties. He tried to keep me on ice, that's too sketchy. Till I tapped in with Christ, now I'm Wayne Gretzky. Can't believe I thought so many times I was done, but you the type to lead a 99 for the one. Who knew all I needed was a sign from the sun? Who knew all I needed was a sign? Gotta tell them it's a war in the city, it's a war outside. You spread lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. It's a war in the city, it's a war outside.
Don't know.
Lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now. It's a war, yeah. It's a war, yeah. It's a war, yeah. It's a war, yeah. That's why I had to tell my sister and my brother. Devil, he be creeping undercover. He just wanted to go fight each other instead of fighting him. I can't let the old me win.
She want me falling in the sin. So I'm in the gym. Took the heart away like Tim. Put my heart away, not again. Watch me cut the habits that I had for 20 years off. Gotta guard the gates, watching what I'm letting in. Watching what I listen to, watching what I see. I don't wanna hear a dog if he ain't planting seed. Trying to see the fruit, I'm cutting out the weed. Live a good life on earth before we leave. Can't believe I thought so many times I was done. But you the type to leave the 99 for the one. Who knew all I needed was a sign from the sun? Who knew all I needed was a sign? Gotta tell them it's a war in the city, it's a war outside. You spread lies, it's a war in the mind. Let your kingdom come, let it fall right now.
People don't know we're ready for me now. They're absolutely not ready for me now.
It's a war in the city, it's a war outside.
Yo, I might have to get some, take this DJ thing serious, you know.
Let it fall right now. Let your kingdom come, let it
fall. They can pull up down again, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a war, yeah. It's a war, yeah. It's a war, yeah.
Okay, a bit of retros.
I'd like to know, are you really ready for some super
911 bomb? Hey. Big man tuners, you know what I'm saying? Big man vibes, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, yo, just think about to the 90s, you know. Early 2000s, man, you know how it goes.
You dropped the bomb on me. You dropped the bomb. Yeah, you dropped the bomb on me. You dropped it off.
This is Jafire Live.
You dropped it. 1989, we trying to stay alive. Trauma from the police that created the vibe. The drama on the side, yeah, that created the squad. Toys from the.
Let's talk about 89, you know.
God ride. I took a time machine from the old school and traded in my boom box for Pro Tools. The golden era forever, all on my vocals. My block like Halloween, I can show dudes.
I feel like music go there.
See my block. Fire hydrant on when it's hot. So when it's hot, try not to get shot. And if you get too scared, then call the cops. Yeah, when the streets get too hot, call 911. If the block get too hot, leave until it's done. When the streets get too hot, call 911. If the streets get too hot, too hot. When the streets get too hot, call 911. If the block get too hot, leave until it's done. When the streets get too hot, call 911. If the streets get too hot, too hot.
Yeah, now I'ma take it back a little further than that. Roxanne, Shantae, Curtis Blow on wax. And these are the breaks. First rap that I used to play. I'm talking way back in the day. On a Saturday night, might be a fight, no guns at all. Only Molly, 3 cards involved. Cost $1 to holler. Last door down the hall, down to the basement with your girl on the wall. House party jumping off. Red light glowing 3, 4 in the morning. And it's still going on. And I met me a joint. She gave me the digits. Wait a couple days, then I paid her a visit. L Dogs was the business. Yeah, how I miss it. Had a poster Janet. And we all used to kiss it. And Thelma from Good Times. Man, they was good times. I reminisce cause I miss them brotherhood times.
When the streets get too hot, call 911. If the block get too hot, leave until it's done. When the streets get too hot, call 911. If the streets get too hot, too hot. When the streets get too hot, call 911. If the block get too hot, leave until it's done. When the streets get too hot, call 911. If the streets get too hot, too hot. You dropped the bomb on me. You dropped the bomb on me. Yeah, you dropped the bomb on me. You dropped it all. Yeah, you dropped it all.
Big tuna. Nothing but mental therapy with some beautiful positive music. 911 Bobby though. You know how it goes, people. You know how it goes, man. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. You know how it goes, people.
Tan maniática, ustedes sí, tan maniático.
Ratata. Mira, aquí no andamos en gente, muy empleado, soy el gerente. Reason why you see me looking like presidente. Messing with the guy, then you loco en la mente. Ay, keep the verse off in Spanish. Poquito, but I managed. It was bright light, now it's please no cameras. Pata no guineo, either way the flow bananas. I slid with bro, too little Havana. Numbers we ran up, praise to Hosanna. They sleep on me like kid in pajama. Talking to me funny, stand up. No, mama say she wanna make me thon. Daba como ooh ah bon bon. Mommy dime low, hit me on the phone. Late night studio, I be in the zone. Cha real smooth, ayy. Take it back now, y'all.
Yeah, guys, it's Roger Moore here on Everything Texas celebrating gospel music of black origin still, yeah? So, I'm just, something that I'm going to be maybe doing 2 parts here because it is a subject where I'm thinking that, we're going to be careful now that people start hiding behind foolishness to handle with, and it's about a word that everyone's too scared to be handling or talking about whatsoever, which is wokeness. Yeah. Now, what I've seen online, when I said about Nigel Farage, getting involved and on YouTube, your freedom of speech, which is out there, maybe my algorithms have opened up a bit more thanks to me searching on Nigel Farage. So me hitting Nigel Farage's stuff about a week or 2 ago, seeing coming in and have a look at the responses, has now opened me to an algorithm that actually seeps into almost UK white men kind of like YouTube videos. So they're like I wouldn't say opposite to me, but opposite to me, which is great because I'm all hearing different arguments and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm minding my own business. This morning I saw a video come out, and it was a march that happened about 9 days ago when I was out there doing or not 9 days ago, but maybe a bit longer ago, and I was doing a march down in London, about keeping getting Britain back to Britain, keep looking after the indigenous people of the UK. And there was a few concerning things for me. I didn't watch it all the way through, but I was watching the guys responding what they was talking about and their concerns and the throwing, and they're very anti-Islamic. So, me as being a Christian, I could just say it's none of my business, and I'm not talking to me because they're very pro so-called Christianity in front of the things. But it is concerning when I've seen a march. I've only saw one person of color. I won't say colored person. Person of color in it, and he was. I think he was in part of some press or something next to a guy who looked like he had a camera in his hand. So there's a lot of people with English descent, maybe United Kingdom descent that's appalled by the good treatment of people from outside this country. Seeing what they're saying, I do feel that I do understand where they're coming from in terms of they feel like they're not being listened to, and that everybody else is being listened to apart from them, and it's very painful. But yeah, you are kind of suffering from almost a bit of a backlash because of maybe what you've done to indigenous communities a generation ago, not 20 generations ago, a generation ago. One thing I know, and it's something you can't hide away from in this world, on this earth, is if you, and I'm not justifying anything, but you are sometimes prepared to face the sword that you wield. And I feel that sometimes I really do feel that these guys are just forgetting when they say the word indigenous. It really gets me scared because I really do think of people in Americas, what was done by, unfortunately, Europeans in these countries and in Africa, and how they were treated or not till this very day. You got to be almost a bit more diplomatic. And I understand people like, don't care. You got to really be very, very, very careful how you approach your conversation when you come with, we're indigenous people of England. Wow, you get out of Australia, you get out of America and come back. Yeah. And then give us back our land. You know what I mean? Stop pillaging African resources and all these different things that you do to this day, believe. And I don't pretend like it's not happening. You might not be farming human resources as badly as it used to, but you're utilizing human resources in other ways. But his concern, what the biggest concern was, there's guys, we can sit down and debate, and enough love to them, and I have to appreciate their voice on things and the fragility of the so-called Christian viewed white man of the UK, which is like, okay, cool, bro. And I'm not saying that's everybody. It was a few that was down there compared to the population. I was concerned when I saw a Christian guy go up there and he goes, "Oh, we've been abused by Muslims," and I was like, "Okay, cool, okay, carry on, my bro." And then he's connecting that Christianity to Britishness in a way where he said King, I believe it was Alfred, defended England because of our Christian values against the Vikings. And you know what, guys? You know, the scary thing is, I've watched a lot of periodical dramas from that time. I've watched a lot of historical programs about the times of the Vikings. You know, when you like certain periods have been highlighted and connecting different angles and stuff, and we don't know because we wasn't really there at the time. It's crazy how England that was, you know, how quickly we make us made ourselves I say ourselves because I'm born here, the mouthpiece for Christianity internationally. You know what I mean? And it's true. If Alfred, I believe that was in the it was almost a good 900, 800, if not over 1,000 years. No, it was way over 1,000 years after Christ. So it's like, yo, dude, like you're a bit late to the things, you know what I mean? And it's just like linking Christianity to the British thing, and you're gonna fight after Muslims off the land, and I'm like, I appreciate the concerns, the fragility elements of this, and I do understand that we've got to uphold Christian values. I'm a Christian. I appreciate the values that we have to uphold, but I just feel it's very easy to turn around and very lazy to turn around and say, them Muslims. I think that's a very easy way to say, you black people, you know, right about now. I've got Muslim young men that I play football with, and they're great people, you know, and we could be, you know, how to share Christ, but put them in a bucket, a same bowl of everybody, and just saying, oh, they abuse us, they physically attack us. No. Gotta be very concerned. So, guys, I'm a bit concerned because toxic patriotism is going to be a bit of a problem, and also toxic wokeness can be easily seen as a problem as well. So we've got to have. I'm putting it out there. I'd love to have a dialogue with somebody, and not ignorant dialogue. Oh, you say. And I'll talk in a bit about another dialogue that's there. But you know, I watched they raised issues about Star Wars, and I watched Star Wars and stories that they always said, you know, the very rainbow approach, LGBTQ approach of Disney. If you want to say to me that hasn't been hinted throughout my childhood through media, when I look back at programs and it's been hinted to the children for a very, very long time, whether it's LGBTQ, whether it's witchcraft, whether it's not for new people at all. So I think the problem is mainly because for once, it's not always going to be the white guy who he's actually the main character. There's going to be other characters, and I do feel that sometimes when I watched the director talk about Star Wars Acolyte, I would say she was. I didn't realize she's a lesbian, and she's really blatant, man. She's cursed off old Star Wars, and I'm thinking, okay, you're messing yourself up there still. You know what I mean? Just do what you're going to do. A bit like Raven. Raven's like, yo, I'm not gonna hear pushing my sexuality on the screen. I'm just gonna do my thing and be an actress. Fair play to her. You know what I'm saying? So there's a bit of a battle online, people. There's really, you know, it's anti-woke, anti-Britishness. Roger, what side do you lean upon? My goodness sake, I'll just do the cheek clause and say I'll lean on Jesus' side. I don't know, people. It's an interesting season. Interesting battle, really. And guys, I am not being ignorant and switching off these videos. I am listening to the conversations. I'm listening to them complain about, you know, maybe even if you see people like myself and complain on what I'm saying, highlighting my own lived experiences. and how it's not really great, so let's see what's going on, man. But I got concerned, man, because this whole pro-indigenous people of Britain, you got to be careful here, because the indigenous people of Britain are kind of living in Wales, Scotland and Ireland, and maybe down in Devon, Cornwall, because they got pushed out and chased out by the Roman imports. So you got to be careful how far you want to go with that one still, so that's me being a clever dick, that people could say, but yeah, this is me, Roger, and sharing out my thoughts, because I do feel that, there's a space to have this conversation. I want to have a conversation with somebody who's productive and not ignorant, That sounds like I talk to somebody who's, I'm going to reach out, man. I'm going to reach out to people, somebody who's pro-Britain, but just has love in the heart, the one that want to talk and reason, So, yeah. Guys, help me out. Yo, guys, if you want to have a conversation and you're out there and you don't mind being in front of the camera, you're not going to be abusive or whatever, let's have a conversation, man, because we need to get a positive result out of this, because this can end up in the messy wars and stupid riots, and people get hurt over what? Man just utilizing hate crime as a just going the wrong way, man. So we just want to encourage love, harmony, peace, fairness, equality in a positive sense. That's how we do here in Affinity Extra, man. Nothing but love, people. I'm gonna go back to a tune still, guys. That is off the new album from Xtra Live. Do check him out, man. Let me just set that up. You know how long it is? Oh my goodness, I had to go too far for the track anyway. So yeah, but this is called The Crow and the
Sitting out on a wagon tongue with this old black man, and was telling him what a different kind of white man I was. I remember him looking at me very sadly and kind of sweetly and condescending and said, you still got the disease, honey. I know you think you're cured, but you're not cured. You can't give me the right to be a human being. I'm born with that right. Now you can keep me from having that if you've got all the policemen.
Still ducking one time. Yeah. 12 o'clock on Horton Block, we was getting blunted. 4.5, we really thought we was getting money. I kicked a 16 while bagging up a 16th. Was 16 when I found out society didn't want us. I was just shooting dice with Lil G. Backyard in Nate house, tucking our low heat. Cypher complete, new Nikes all on our feet. What you expect from teenagers that run the street? We grew up running 20 deep through the Galleria. Butter leathers, patent leather, black and white Adidas. Your shorty probably heard us kicking verses like a preacher. 24 karat crucifixes, hoping God to see us. I made sure that my bars were diamond cut. Marks on my heart, my scars is piling up. All these funeral processions and cars is lining up. Eternally dying young, hoping God to smile at us, yup. Yeah, I rep that west side, but I got homies out on the south side. They hit my jack. Like, let's ride, just throw a jacket on, I'm on, ready outside. Yeah, I rep that west side, but I got homies out on the south side. They hit my line, like, let's die, just throw your ratchet on, I'm on, ready outside.
Yeah. I was in the heart of the city, they put a hit on me, sent semi-autos to come and get me, lift me, sound filthy, low down, grimy and gritty, yeah, shifty like Onyx, I wore a Perry E-tonics, and a first down, bomber in the projects, strictly for my Negroes, taping my Panasonic, and a chronic, I could never fall in love with the violence and ignore this talent, yeah, streets cooked me up on this beef and I ordered salad, used to be bloodthirsty, but the father reversed my palate, at night I left the hood for South Street, beatboxing and freestyling, yeah, something in my spirit didn't resonate. Around that time, you had to have sprees if you had to escalate. Pizza box, my dinner plate, my Magnavox was 20 inch. I went outside with poker face. I'm on that block without a wrench. I know I'm safe. Killers kept me round because they know I pray. I ate food with dope money, but it never took my soul from me.
Yeah, I rep that west side, but I got homies out on the south side. They hit my jack. Like, let's ride, just throw a jacket on, I'm on, ready outside. Yeah, I rep that west side, but I got homies out on the south side. They hit my line, like, let's die, just throw your ratchet on, I'm on, ready outside.
think someone's going to get me out of trouble out here. Getting requests as we go live what to talk about, but I need to talk about. I need to break down this. This podcast has actually blown up. Right, so I'm gonna set this up. Let me just set this up, people. So if I go to, there I am. Right, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it this way. I don't usually do it this way, but I'm gonna do it this way anyway. Still, yeah, because yeah, that's where it goes anyway. So let me just set this. Let me just go, because you know I'm just gonna respond to it, because you know what? Still, yeah, because yes, no, we got to squeeze. Right, let's go. Make sure this is okay. Sorry guys, 1 second.
Viewers and subscribers.
Okay, right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna I'm gonna turn this down there. I'm gonna play out this video, and hopefully I'm gonna take up the speed a bit because I want to get through it quick anyway. So yeah. But just to give you expose this. This guy here is doing his I can't believe I forgot his name, man. But anyway, yeah, he's doing his podcast, and I listened to his podcast he did with Eni Aluko, and I thought he set it up, he done it over a bit still, yeah, because he just kind of stepped on these. You know, when you do a podcast and you let the podcast do the responding, the reactions and this and that, but it's going viral on the side where I'm not kind of siding or this saying that Eni Aluko is anti, she's woke, she's over woke, she ain't got a clue what she's doing, she says dumb statements, and the guy kind of set her up a little bit still, yeah. But let me just respond to a couple of his scenarios just to add, you know what I mean, what my feeling is when I hit certain points anyway. So let me see if this works at this speed. Okay, that's great.
Since my DEI or diversity debate with mainstream TV journalist and ex-footballer or soccer player Eni Aluko went viral, is the assumption then that black people are just 2.5 times better?
Maybe. You have to talk about your own experience. I have to talk about my own experience.
I'm talking about facts. I'm talking about 2.5 times.
What you've done is you've highlighted.
The trailer alone has more than 2 million views on Twitter and opened this channel up to a whole new audience. Eni's
that's it. The guy is Andrew Gold, yeah, still, yeah. And I'm thinking, oh my, okay. Went out there. Big up to Eni Aluko. She's from Birmingham United Goals. You know what I'm saying? Born in Birmingham, born and bred, and smashing it football-wise, and you know what I'm saying? But also, she's got a first-class degree as a lawyer. Crazy, man. Crazy. And you know what I mean? And she's done amazing things. She played for amazing players for England, and also got, I believe she's got over 100 claps for England, so big up to her.
Nemesis, Joey Barton, couldn't resist a pop. We both earned it, but you got the job, and I didn't, and I had to do all this myself. And that's because of our skin colour. So, and yet you're calling...
And before you go into Joey Barton, I have no, he's a trash can boy.
Me the privileged one.
I think it's very racist to assume that. It's extremely racist. And, you know, if there's one thing I can say on this podcast...
So I thought it would be a good idea to have a deep dive into the most controversial and confusing moments. I like Eni Aluko, and I think she means well, but she is part of a woke cult that has infested and taken over the mainstream press. Do not blame her, but blame her bosses, her peers, the people instilling authoritarian DEI and diversity quotas into our media without our permission.
Okay, he just said she's part of a woke cult. She's part of a woke cult, yeah? You know what I'm saying? That so what was the cult that was in charge before wokeness was about still? That was been running the world for about a good 1,000 years, you could say. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying that what was there before was a cult as well? Or would you say that was just normal life? Wow, you know what I'm saying?
I want to specifically look at Eni's arguments and the paradoxical hypocrisies in which they are dripping. Some of these are extremely obvious. You can watch the whole thing on Heretics, of course. First, I want to know what you think of this kind of content. The reaction commentary is a little different to what I've been doing.
Eni, wait till called heretics, you know. They're calling you heretics, sis.
Let me know below, and if you care about this kind of content, please just hit subscribe. It makes all the difference, and I'm fascinated to see how many people...
This is his feedback. Before anyone goes any further, go into this. This is his feedback video about his response about the podcast. Go watch out the podcast for yourself anyway still, yeah? But, yeah, do check it out.
Do subscribe just from watching this video. But more importantly, more subscribers means I can get bigger and bolder guests and grow this channel into the stratosphere. Now, the first thing to note is that although socials from the video have gone viral, it's been covered by no one in the mainstream media. And yet, YouTubers have been covering it and racking up millions of views. This video struck a chord. There are things, of course, that go on off-screen too. And if you stay till the end of the video, I can give you an insight into how things were off-screen, off-camera. And I'll be brutally honest. Here are some of my favourite moments, starting with some false facts about boardroom diversity.
Football actually is an example of brilliant diversity, and I think our England men's team is. The problem is actually why that doesn't translate to the boardroom, right? So why is there, as you said, I think it's actually like 34% diversity in terms of football, but it's very, very, very limited in the boardroom. So that the issue was why there's not a translation of diversity in the boardroom, and I mentioned that, well, it's because of gatekeeping, it's because of, a lot of the money and decision making is in boardrooms, and ultimately that's where gatekeeping kicks in. That's where athletes traditionally are not seen as part of those decisions, and I would encourage people to and clubs to actually bring athletes on board in that decision making process and diversify boardrooms.
You're right that it's sports, not just football. You're right.
Yeah,
that was
pretty
sports.
sure.
In the boardroom in sports, 17% are BAME, and as opposed to 18% of the general population. So that surprised me. To me, that seems pretty fair as well.
Yeah, that did catch her off still anyway. So yeah, and with 18%, that sounds like quite a lot. You think, yeah, but you have to also you gotta look at some of the boardrooms. They're owned by companies from the Middle East, as we call it, and they've counted the BAME. So everybody who's basically non-European, I would say, they'll say that. So it's not looking at it from a black directly at a black perspective, but it's just looking at basically everybody from around the world. Obviously, the Glazers are seen as non-BAME, I believe. Anyway, still yes. So a lot of teams are owned by good for the teams are owned by country by, I believe, Chinese, Asian corporations and kingdoms. You know what I'm saying? So I would have hitting back like that still. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think with sport as well, you got to talk about sort of cultural norms and cultural background, right? So typically, sports like tennis.
As you'll go on to see, this is one of the many times when Eni is unable to answer the question and goes off on a tangent about tennis. Again, this isn't her fault. This is a cult-like ideology, and she isn't used to facing a reasonable person out.
Bro, stop saying it's a cult-like ideology. This is right. It's not a cult-like ideology to say that basically that we see and let's be real, players of African descent, whether via the Caribbean or African diaspora players playing football, just like in basketball, we are majority of the time got the gifting of that physical area, like the 100 meters, like certain things. We've got the gifting in it, and we just want things whether you like it or not. But the thing is, what you do find is when we get to low levels, that you won't find as many guys come through, because it's only the excellent young footballers get through. And you might say, oh, what are these stats? Listen, because I know talking to young people that's gone through the system that are not white. Notice that by the time you get to under 18s, only the Jude Bellinghams of the black players, and you know what I'm saying, and he's 50% black, and not saying he's less or greater, just saying that's the fact. All the other players do have it harder. Facts are there. When the team just turns from a black team to majority black team to a different looking team totally. Within 1 year, we're going to start giving away serious contracts. That's what I've seen right to this other day, and I deal and talk to young footballers that have left academy systems. And I know it looks like, I'm not saying that they haven't got the best, but just saying that's happening to this very day. Just saying that there. Don't want to go too much on this
side of the cult. She has nowhere else to turn or to go. But let's look at the kind of cultish indoctrination they feed her. This is from the podcast she was on, where they discuss the lack of diversity in boardrooms.
And here's the bottom line. Too many sporting organisations are still too white, well above the national census average. Sporting Equals found that 93.5% of senior leadership is white, 83.33% of boards, 88.75% of coaches, 85% of officials, and 77.25% of players and athletes were white.
This is so disingenuous. Firstly, we aren't just talking about people of colour, we're talking as well about Asians. Well, culturally, there aren't many Asian football or soccer players, just as there aren't many Jews. So if white people do make up 93.5% of senior leadership, then you would think black people make up the majority of the rest, meaning they're overrepresented, given they make up 3 or 4% of the UK. But this is how insidious and deceptive they are. They then show us 3 examples where white people are significantly lower. So boards, coaches, and officials. Well, where are these other bits and pieces? Where are the bits that make it up to 93.5%? They're not showing us what that is. That could be anything. What are these people? Hairstylists or who knows what? They really don't want to show us. As of the 2021 Diamond Diversity Report, all minorities made up 13% of the national workforce. Bear in mind too that this reflects the workforce population of today. Now, why would that reflect the senior leaders, given it should take 20 to 30 years in a job to become one? Okay, now we're going to get into vague stuff about white privilege before a Kafkaesque deception that will have you tearing your head.
And you know what's really cool for these guys, yeah? They show stats like in that sort of way, but they don't show the other stats like, you know, why are we taking up majority of the prison still? You know what I mean? They don't want to throw these stats up going, oh look, it's terrible for us at the top. What about it down the bottom when it's terrible for us at the bottom? So you could open a stats like that and start being a statometer. But I do say that he had a raw deal. The reason why he's doing this is because he had a raw deal himself, because he's presented a cool program that was which is successful, and basically he got rejected because of his skin color, and he's hurt by it. I'm going, for goodness sake. Like, yo, bro, that's my life. But anyway, it's what it got. And people complain when I do this, and his brother gets it for a couple of years, and still be able to release a cool documentary. He's got something to do it with. I'm coming from zero. But anyway,
out. See if you can spot it.
When I get a job ahead of a white man, who's typically the world's been built for that privilege, I can only point to the fact that I'm getting the job because of all those things I've just mentioned.
Because of your talents,
right?
So I think we're agreeing though.
No. Where I entirely disagree is this idea that, well, the DEI policy gave you the job. There is no DEI policy.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. So here's what she's saying. I got the job because of my talent. Good. But it's dangerous to assume I would have gotten it without DEI. But I didn't get it because of DEI. DEI doesn't even exist. Wow, that is pretty incredible. Obviously, policies to have more minorities in place do exist, and they're perhaps even a nice idea at the start, I don't know, but they mean that talented non-minorities, which I guess in this case means white people, will miss out on jobs that they were good enough to get, which is pretty horrific and racist. In fact, here are the major UK broadcasters telling us exactly that.
No broadcaster has any laws or quota system that they need to abide by. It's a myth.
One of the hardest parts for me in this interview was explaining how I was told when I used to make documentaries for the BBC that I couldn't continue to be on screen and would have to be off camera, even though they were my ideas.
Okay.
Somebody from a minority, just anyone, I don't know if they had to be talented or even know anything about the stories I wanted to tell as a journalist, they would just come on the screen in my place and be the journalist and pretend that they found the story. So after 15 minutes of talk about DEI and diversity, Eni Aluko then turns to my favourite thing, meritocracy.
But what if that person from a minority background?
Okay, right. He raised a point in terms of these DEI things, situations anyway. So yeah, I not saying that. I think she's saying that basically her talent has put her in a place. I watched the whole podcast and she was saying that basically she puts herself well across because, you know, she's got a lawyer background, first in a university, first in a degree, and she's a very good footballer. So much that she's got 100 caps, I believe, for England. Played for Juventus and Chelsea. You know, I mean, big baller, man. Big boy. She played in the US as well. But when she was studying at Brunel, when she was studying in America, she was you know, I believe she was playing in the US and coming backward and forward at one stage. And you know what? The guy's kind of saying that her talent has got herself there, but she's saying, do we believe that these organizations are driving forward these diversity situations? I would say, from what I see, and when I do talk to people on the ground in these organizations, it's not what it looks like on TV. And TV, you look like, oh my gosh, these are diverse, this is great in front of the screen. But really, the people that's really, he's kicking off because he's developed a program which he will make most of the money from, but they're saying, can it be presented by a black person? Because we have basically got to be doing more of that in front of them because of diversity quotas. He's got a major problem with that. Okay, cool. Now, that's that one experience. What I will say, from what I see right now and what I practice, have real life experience, you can bring out all the stats. You can be cute with stats. You can leave certain people out. You can put certain people in and whatsoever, and you can focus on like, look, BBC has all this. Because you have a channel called BBC One Extra, and you dump that into the stats because there's a lot of black people in there, so we're gonna chuck them all in there, and then all of a sudden everything looks good, stats look great, and that's what you can do with stats. You can mess about with stats, there is, and so I hear what he's saying, but I don't think it is as negative toward. I don't really see these diversity situations being fulfilled in a correct manner. I'm not here to stop great people from getting there, but at the end of the day, still, yeah, as Eni Aluko said, that to achieve anything in life, we have to be 2 times, 3 times better. And I respect her for going on this show and trying to make a stand, because a lot of people in a place just enjoy the life. So I respect to you, sis, for doing a thing. But anyway, that's how I feel anyway. So let's carry on.
Ground is just.
They can be really good, but they might.
Listen, I come from a sports background, right? Yeah. So for me, meritocracy and competition has been part of my life, right? Okay, Andrew, I'm going to ask you a very honest question now. Okay, so is that your interpretation of what they said, or is that written down as an email as what they said?
They would never write it in an email.
But you see,
are you saying don't believe me?
No. I'm asking you because I find it very hard to believe.
So at this point, she's been pushed into such a bizarre and contradictory position that the only way out of it is to do what I wanted in the first place: meritocracy. In defending her position, she's been forced to move outside of the woke position of lived experience is paramount. When it's her, we must believe that she had to work twice as hard based on no evidence. When it's me, she simply doesn't believe me. And this is the crux of the woke hypocrisy here. But here is the crux of my argument. So another stat, just to bear out my point then, is that...
You know what, bro? I actually believe that you struggled. I actually believe that you struggled to get a job. I get it. 100% get it. And you're from my perspective, you come across as a guy that's had it all his way and faced, and then up to that point to 2017, because it's 2017, it's like your first rejection. Oh my gosh, because of my color. Imagine getting rejection all your life. It feels normal. And this is being flagged up as a norm. But when we've had to live with this norm generationally, I'm not saying that you should be stepped over. And this is why these conversations, you kind of baited her into this conversation on this podcast. And I feel like doing this after thing, it's really, she got set up a little bit still. Yeah? And I'm a bit concerned about that. That's why I thought I'd just give my viewpoints about it. I see what Eni Aluko was trying to say. You know, end of the day, still, yeah, he was dragging stats here, dragging stats there. Everybody can be cute with stats. Everybody, and they want a fair playing ground in terms of, you know, jobs and whatever. But the situation is, you know, if we're the best guys, if we're the most charismatic, you know what I'm saying? That's why you love us black salesmen, because we're charismatic. That's why you like certain black striker, because he's got fast pace, because we're natural fast pace. Sometimes we just Usain Bolt, we're genetically made like the 100 meters. We just take up the whole place. But it doesn't mean we're owning the space. That's ultimately what it is. You know what I'm saying? But bro, I understand your I understand your problems.
3% of the UK population are black, and 8.1% of TV characters on screen are black.
3% per population of population in the UK is black. Over 30%, up to 40% of prisoners are people who are black. So, bro, why aren't you talking about that? But you're talking because of you lost a little bit of things on your side. yeah? Because you lost it, so you're focusing on all that little top stuff, but right at the bottom. So if I was Eni, I'll go there on him. I actually go there. So listen, bro, yeah? Okay, before you talk about, well, at least you're not going to get locked up for anything. You know what I'm saying? You can get away with doing a lot more than what a black person. I'm not saying you should do wrong. Far from it. But this is like, bro, you're just looking at your local focal points when it comes to your stats, but widen the stats to hospitals, and it's 5 times more likely that black women are dying in 2024 in hospitals, having children. Deal with that stat. So deal with them negative stats as well as these so-called things that sort out little premium proper job. That's, you know what I mean, bro? Just if you want to talk stats, let's go
So if this is
it.
meritocracy and it's nothing to do with quotas and trying to push people up, is the assumption then that black people are just 2.5 times better at acting, news reading, and those kinds of things?
Maybe.
Weird.
Egg. You see what I'm saying?
Really?
So he's like this. So what if we're better? Sometimes we're just better at certain things than you. You know what I'm saying? Get over it. You know what I mean? Get over it. Maybe maybe you had to tell us how rubbish we were over the years, because your fear was when we realized our true potential will surpass you. Cause I don't see no pyramid over in Europe. You see it in Africa. All the way, not only in Egypt, you know, all the way there down into Sudan. Right into the heartlands of black Africa. Yeah, you got little Stonehenge with 4 blocks as a sundial. So, you know, you want to do that. So what's wrong with us? If we're better, we're better. We're better ballers, we're better ballers. Look at the French football team. He's got Africa. Look at the Dutch team. Africa, Caribbean, put together. Look at the Portuguese team. Well, they got a couple mans coming through. You know what I mean? Ronaldo, Africa, Madeira.
I mean...
So because for years,
why not?
But for years when it was that with white people, there were more white people per person of the population. Saying something like that would be considered racist.
Saying something like what?
White people are just better at TV presenting and news presenting and stuff.
Well, when I mean, white people, I think, have been dominant for hundreds of years, right?
Sure.
So that has been the assumption.
Ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. The woke hypocrisy in a nutshell. Again, I implore you to remember Eni means well. She has been fed this dogma for years by her peers and bosses in the mainstream media. I used to do a lot of videos about cults, and my friend Aaron Smith-Levin, who left Scientology, once told me that when he was in the cult, nothing that you could say would ever convince him that anything from Scientology was wrong or contradictory or just didn't seem to make sense. They don't see the contradictions. So what you're watching there, she is seeing something very different. And if black people are overrepresented, that's because of talent in her world. If white people are overrepresented, the assumption is it's because of racism and years of domination and all these kinds of things. Years of domination. This is a country that was, until very recently, almost entirely white. It's just, I mean, why is that dominated? It's just people living their lives. I don't deny, however, that there probably was a bit of a racist atmosphere some decades ago. But minorities have...
There's a bit of racism a few decades ago. This guy, bro, like, on the real, like, I like your vibe, your way you do your podcast, the way you're going on about it. But it really just sound like white fragility to me, you know. And end of the day, so yeah, it's not a couple of decades ago, and I think that white men in their 30s and 40s really think that things have changed and things are really better, but you're still living off your limited knowledge of history and truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to be real careful with what you're saying still. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you just sent me a text, man. That was the funniest statement, a bit racist decades ago. Oh my God. A bit racist, Bridget. Oh my God. Like, beat. Stephen Lawrence, man. That's what I'm saying. There's plenty of accounts. Yeah?
Presented on TV screens and now off screen. I mean, we're talking decades now. Well overrepresented. And nobody wants to talk about it. It's such a bizarre thing going on. And when you do talk with these people about this, you get...
So when we've been talking about overrepresentation of black people in prisons for the past 40 years, 50 years since we are coming to this country, when we talk about it, we get dashed out the room. Your media isn't represented. Your white face hasn't gone on there on the news and represented that misrepresentation. The moment you have to fight for your spot, there's a problem. That's how that comes across to me. You know what I'm saying? And still to this day, we're getting mistreated in the system. Oh, but you don't say that. It's much better now. It's much better for who? We here. The only way things can get better is if you can see where to clear up. This geezer. You know, he sounds more like a geezer than more a geezer. But guys, I am going after the fact that I've watched the whole podcast.
Get this result. You get what's happening in this video with Eni Aluko. I mean, it's absolutely infuriating, and there's no getting through to them. And the problem here is that a lot of people now have cozy, comfy positions in jobs as DEI or diversity quota enforcers. So I look at their reports, I take an interest in this because I was excluded from TV for that very reason. I was told in no uncertain terms that was what the reason was. And I take a look, and every year they come out and say, well, things might be getting better. However, have you noticed that there are more male directors on TV shows than there are female? Well, we have to sort that out. They're not interested in meritocracy, they're not interested in culture, they're not interested in potential other reasons and passions and maybe even biology as reasons as to why there might be more male directors than female. They're also not interested, and this is really frustrating, in the number of showrunners. Because in the UK, the showrunner is the position above the director on TV shows. Showrunners are in charge of the whole thing. It is the most senior position on any TV show. And while men make up, I think it was 70% of directors on TV shows in the UK, women make up 90% of showrunners, and they are the people employing the men. That is how ridiculous the whole diversity, the whole DEI fraud is. This is a scandal that needs to be properly exposed and properly looked at, because year after year, these people want to keep their jobs, and they have to find more smaller little authoritarian measures that they can implement. And quite frankly, it's disgusting.
I don't think we should sit here and say, because there's a disproportionate amount of black people on TV, that the only reason for that is DEI.
So what could be another reason?
Talent. I think it's very racist to assume that across the board. It's extremely racist. And if there's one thing I can say on this podcast, the assumption, the premise and the assumption that if you see a black person or a woman in a job, they didn't earn it, A, and B, they're only there because of a policy and a pact, it is extremely disrespectful to that person's hard work. Because ultimately, a lot of those people, certainly all the people I know that are in privileged positions in brilliant jobs who are not white, have had to do 10 times more than white people, right?
But the demographics show that's not right. It's just not the case.
Oh, bro, shut up about these demographics, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yes, mate. Listen, you're looking at demographics from a viewpoint, guys. This guy is absolutely is annoying me. You know what I mean? He's absolutely annoying me. Because he's just throwing out stats and forgetting new one. And I think that this is some stats are important. I believe there's 100% stands, and I believe it should be lived experiences. But end of the day, so one thing I do know, and something that sometimes we don't shout out enough from the guys who have made it, is explaining how hard they've had to get there compared to their white colleagues. You know what I'm saying? And you make a mistake, you're out in here, you're done out here. You're the Jamaican born this, you're the Jamaican born that. We're seeing it, black ice, in the media the other day, bro. But yet the media's cool, the media's safe, we need to have a conversation. So I hear what this guy is saying. I do appreciate where his struggle is because he's got rejected, but he is coming from it reminds me of Simon Jordan, this guy does. It really comes from a perspective of, oh, I'm Jewish, and I know what it feels like. Like, bro, really? Really? The slight advantage of being Jewish or Southern. Listen, let me give you. You know, if you, I know family. My nan, you know, she looked like she Portuguese. Descent. I've got Portuguese family who basically are Southern European. You know what I'm saying? They're seen as white. You know what I mean? And there is a privilege element with that. But once they realize you're not from around here and from the Caribbean, it's crazy. It's absolutely, it doesn't work like that, bro. So I'm trying to say, bro, like, just being able to afford the equipment to do a documentary and be able to afford to do certain things and get up and get to where you need to get to, is just born out of your privilege, bro. Being able to set this place up, you know what I mean? I think Eni did point to the fact, like, listen, mate, you get a space like this is blessed. I wish I could get a space like that nice, go, ooh, I can do my things in. He's got, you know what I mean? And you come from a better position, a better start. You're not under the stresses and strains of the status. You're just not willing. But bro, I'm not saying you want to get me on. You know what I'm saying? On there, so yeah, you won't get me on because I'm just Roger on a little Affinity Extra, a random dude, even though my name's Roger Moore. You probably laugh at me because I got white privilege name. But listen, guys, all I know to say is I'll pause it there. It's nearly at the end. It's a very good podcast to listen to. I must admit. I don't want to give too much places, but it is a good podcast. But it's called Heretics, and they're making out wokeism as being a cult. So it's just like, what's the middle ground, man? What you're saying because you want equality, it's cultic behavior. It's not great, guys. It's not great. It's not good out here, people. Still, anyway. So yeah. So listen, it's watching Affinity Extra. Why did I play that? Do check it out. It's great to listen to these guys. But there's one heck of a stats is that we're not the only people getting shot by police, by the way, that get killed. But I know that we get treated differently by law enforcement. We get treated disproportionately by the system, negatively, to this day. So if we deal with them stats, mate, you wouldn't even want to bring these stats onto the table. You keep quiet and delete this podcast if you want to really deal with that. So, and that's not because we got bad kids out there, because they got very little opportunities. So this is what we're here to do here in Affinity Extra. We're here to create opportunities. We're here to bless people. We're here to grow people. We're here to bring something more positive out there. So yeah, I'm here to people that listen to this, if they got to the end of this conversation, and check this out. This is not about to say that basically we're here to go and take over the world and here to over-represent ourselves on TV. But end of the day, so what does over-representation really look like? It doesn't look like just having an advert with a youth being in films and programs like Top Boy and stuff like that. So yeah, which is part of your stats, which for me represents black people as negative, in a negative light. So there's not. So where have you really got positive role models of positive outlooks of black people, using them as token gestures and making them do foolishness? It's not for me a good stat. That's what I'm at. So, listen, guys, this is watching Affinity Extra. Man, take up my show enough anyway. So, yeah, but we're going to finish off a track called This Is Christianity. I'm going to probably have to fit in another one after this as well, still, yeah. With Flame. This is watching Affinity Extra, celebrating gospel music about origin.
But there is one who was perfect, and that is Christ. And it's only through him that we can be right with God.
It's not by my moral conduct when my life runs out of time. Was I standing on my business by his righteousness or mine? Was I trying to justify myself all by myself or not? Did I believe in him by baptism? Ephesians 4 and 5. Oh my God, I know. Part from Christ time.
Hey guys, this is watching more of the Affinity Extra, celebrating gospel music, Black Origin. This was the Lift Show 312, and we went into the Eni Aluko interview that she had on the Heretics. I went in on there still. Sorry guys, man. I went in. I had to go break it down. Not impressed, but we have to go through the processes of hearing the viewpoints out there. So yeah, but we're here to celebrate gospel music of black origin, showing you where not about black people only, but about music of black origin. You know what I'm saying? It originates from black people. This is how we do it, people. This is nothing but love. Roger here, Fresh Prince of Affinity Extra. This is how we do it, man. Nothing but love.
Seeing this is Christianity. See, we hold the one that's justified by faith, apart from all the works of the law. This the essence in our Christian message. We made the mess to send Christ to the cross. The carnal mind says to walk in the flesh, that we can please God by our good deeds. We sin sick, please send us a savior to save us from trying to save us.
But there is one who was perfect.
It's work on that, man.
And it's only through him that we can be right with God.
It's not by my moral conduct when my life runs out of time. Was I standing on my business by his righteousness or mine? Was I trying to justify myself all by myself or not? Did I believe in him by baptism? Ephesians 4 and 5. Oh my God, I know. Part from Christ time, slime. You say you know sin, and you just blind. Even not seeing creed said, water word is how we get. Many mortals got beheaded. Believe the Lord, you won't regret it. What is this? 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 His divinity. Bore the Son in His humanity. Sent to save us from our vanity. Baptism for remission of sin. This is Christianity. See, we hold the one that's justified by faith, apart from all the works of the law. This the essence in our Christian message. We made the mess that sent Christ to the cross. The carnal mind says to walk in the flesh, that we can please God by our good deeds. We sin sick, please send us a savior to save us from trying to save ourselves, please. That's the disease, that's the disease. Original sin, yes, that's the disease. And our actual sin, what we actively sin, is a manifestation of the way we conceive. Sweet the taste is the grace of our God. God the Father who sent us His Son to reconcile the world unto Himself. The word and sacraments, that's how it's done. What is this? 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 This is Christianity. Father, Son, and Spirit Trinity. God bearer through virginity. Bore the Son in His divinity. Bore the Son in His humanity. Sent to save us from our vanity. Baptism for remission of sin. This is Christianity. This is Christianity. This is Christianity.
3, 2, 1.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.